All right, so I shared my testimony this morning, and like we were talking about yesterday, we all have such different testimonies. As you guys know, I accepted Jesus 2 years ago. So the grade that you guys are in, that's when I accepted Jesus. I grew up not in a Christian family. I actually ended up going to a Catholic school, and basically, until I was 16 years old, was essentially an atheist. I'm not quite as harsh. I didn't stone people or anything like that. But Paul in the Bible, when it talks about how he persecuted the faith and tried to destroy the faith, that was kind of who I was. People at my school, I didn't really know many people who had a relationship with Jesus. But in the time that I was there, I met 2 people who professed to have faith. And both of them, I would talk to them, and I would ask questions, and I wanted to ask the questions that they didn't know how to answer, probably because out of my own convictions, because I didn't believe that there was a God. So, for example, one girl at my school, she was talking about how she wasn't going to take part in something because it wasn't biblical. And I was like, okay, so if you're not going to take part in this, would you not take part in this activity either, since that's biblical too? And I would just ask I would be just really disrespectful. And she'd be like, no, I'll probably do that. And then I'd be like, well, I don't understand how you can pick and choose your beliefs, and I was just extremely harsh. And basically, I dated a guy for 2.5 years who went to Youth Alive, but we never really talked about faith, I think because he was scared of me. Or actually just scared of not knowing the answers. And so we never really talked about it. It was never talked about in my home. And then going into junior year, I was over at one of my friend's house who was a really good friend. My ex-boyfriend and I were hanging out with him. And he was about to go to Montana, but he never invited me to Montana because he was scared to invite me. But then his friend asked me to come to Montana, and it was 2 days before. 2 days before coming, and he told me that, he didn't tell me that it was a God camp. He told me that we'd go whitewater rafting, that we'd go mountain climbing, and he told me about all the activities that we'd be doing. And I was like, well, is it a God camp? Do you talk about God? And he was like, we might pray before dinner. But, that's really the extent to which it's gonna go. And I was like, that's fine. That's no problem. And so I think I called Grant the next day, the day before camp, and asked him if I could come. And so the next day we got to the bus, and I remember before, if you guys remember, sometimes if you've gone to camp before, we all get in a circle and we pray for the camp. And that's when it kind of hit me what I was getting into, that it wasn't just a prayer before dinner. But as the time went on, I got here, and what really started to open my heart was when Grant got up at the front and he started talking about how when he came to Christ, and how he's given up his life to devote himself to high school kids so that they can know Jesus and experience the same life that he had. And I had never met somebody in my life who had a personal relationship with Jesus that they laid down their life. And as I was listening to him talk, I was like, how is it that someone can lay down their life for something that's just religion, or that's just rules, or that's just a way of thinking, if that makes sense? So my heart started to open up to the things that Grant was saying. And I was surrounded by a lot of my soon-to-be friends, like Mitch and Chris and a whole bunch of my friends today. And I saw them worshiping, and I saw the intimacy that they had with God. And when I watched them worship, I was like, this is not something that they're just lifting their hands to a religion. They have a relationship with the Father. And I just remember one night, the Lord so heavily broke me and revealed himself to me that I just ran back to our cabin, and I just bawling. And I was like, Lord, like, he became so evident in my life that night. I was like, what have I been doing? What have I been thinking? And like, almost like we were talking about tears of sadness and tears of happiness. Well, that was me. Like, I was so angry at myself. I was like, what have I been doing? But at the same time, like, so happy that the Lord had revealed himself to me. That all I wanted to do, I was like, okay, I'm 16 years old. I need to get back. I need to get back, and I need to read, and I need to go out, and I missed 16 years of this, and just like the Lord gave me such a passion for who he was. And I didn't understand everything. I didn't understand everything Jesus did for me. I didn't understand what I was getting myself into, but I knew that Jesus was real, and I knew that he wanted a personal relationship with me. So from there, I just started to pursue God. Similar to the other girls, I was caught in, basically, my life was just self-indulgence. It was all about me. I had just a lot of addictions to my flesh, a lot of lies that I believed. And the Lord has been so faithful to just release me from those things, teaching me more who he is, and deeper intimacy with him. I had many addictions, like I was saying. I was addicted, fear of man, basically what people think of me, or lust, or a whole bunch of things I could go through. And God has shed so much freedom on my life. And that is my testimony.